right, good evening, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. This is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles. Type in the chat box where you're listening in from. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. I see Anthony Pinkston from Philly, my cousin Marnita from Colorado, Jamie Rodriguez from Edinburgh, Texas. Good evening, everybody. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Make a decision, find a vehicles, take action, stay focused, and do not get distracted. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that you can ask for. So let's see, Lorna Vasquez from Hanford, California. Janelle from Colorado. Angeline from Saratoga Springs, New York. Eric White from Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, let's see what's going on in the market right now. It is at $352 billion, is up 3.2% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is still below 56%. I like to see that. Crypto Rico from Puerto Rico, welcome. The Bitcoin's at 10,600, up 3.6% the last 24 hours. Ethereum is up. Tether's in the red or basically flatline, which means that the other coins should go towards the green. But the last hour, we've seen a downturn or a flat line the past hour. We'll see how this looks first thing in the morning. All right, let's look at some news. First up, U.S. lawmakers are set to vote on 2 blockchain and cryptocurrency proposals. This is stuff we got to pay attention to. The Consumer Safety Technology Act now incorporates the Digital Taxonomy Act and Blockchain Innovation Act and is set to be debated in the House of Representatives. Introduced by Representative Jerry McNerney of California and Michael Burgess of Texas, the Consumer Safety Technology Act, which is the recently amended version of the AI for Consumer Product Safety Act, will mandate that the Consumer Product Safety Commission utilize artificial intelligence in tracking and identifying consumer product-related injuries and hazards. It will also use AI to screen the sale of products that have been recalled and label imported products that are deemed unsafe. So it's called the AI for Consumer Product Safety Act. Remember that one. After passing through the U.S. Committee on Energy and Commerce on September 9th, the Consumer Safety Technology Act will also incorporate 2 separate blockchain-related bills, both sponsored by Florida Representative Darren Soto. H.R. 2154, the Digital Taxonomy Act, appropriates a $25 million budget to the Federal Trade Commission each year from 2020 to 2024 for preventing fraudulent practices in digital transactions, to authorize additional appropriations to the Federal Trade Commission to prevent unfair or deceptive acts or practices relating to digital tokens and transactions relating to digital tokens, and to require a report to Congress on the Commission's actions related to digital tokens. Introduced on September 1st, the H.R. 8153, the Blockchain Innovation Act, will require the FTC to conduct studies on current trends and applications of blockchain technology in commerce and consumer fraud protection. Now, I remember that one. I remember when that one was announced. Brandon, you should look at ISO 2. I haven't heard of that. ISO 222. Haven't heard of that one. The Secretary of Commerce, in consultation with the Federal Trade Commission and in consultation with any other appropriate federal agency, the Secretary determines appropriate, shall conduct a study on current and potential use of blockchain technology in commerce and the potential benefits of blockchain technology for limiting fraud and other unfair and deceptive acts and practices. The government's moving in this direction. The Consumer Safety Technology Act is just one of the consumer protection bills that have been advanced to the House of Representatives. The bill aims to fight the growing trend, the growing trend of fraud and scams that are targeting vulnerable people who have already been deeply affected by the pandemic. Energy and Commerce Committee Chairman Frank Pallone Jr. says in a statement, "These are good bipartisan pieces of legislation that will curtail the number of scams perpetrated each day, protect our senior citizens, and strengthen accountability. Other bills will enhance product safety, advance new consumer protection technologies, and make huge strides in protecting racehorses and jockeys." Maybe I missed that one. I don't know what that has to do with it. All right. Now, I don't see any quote that I want to use there. But look at this one, though. The U.S. government is planning the creation of a digital dollar wallet by 2021. That's next year. That's like 6 months away, 5 months away. Could this be the end of Bitcoin? Really? Now, this is from article Tech Startups. Tech Startups. So this isn't a traditional, what you will say, blockchain-based reporting site, a tech startup site. But why would they think the digital dollar will be the end of Bitcoin? I've been saying it for the last couple of years that I believe that Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and US dollar turning digital can still survive together. I do not believe it is one or the other. In fact, I think this is inevitable. So let's see. Hey, Rick, if you have any link, send it over to me so I can take a look, see what you're talking about. You say it's relevant to the subject. All right, let's see what this is talking about here. In early March, while everyone was busy talking about coronavirus, the U.S. Senate quietly introduced a bill to create digital currency. Wow, you know that old saying of false flags, or I won't go that far. Let's say misdirection. While everybody's focused looking to the left, they have no idea what the right side is doing. So while everybody, okay, I'll say this, and this is a fact. September 10th, 2001. I was on an airplane. I don't remember if it was from Chicago or Detroit or Columbus, Ohio. I don't remember, but I was coming back from an ACN convention from that weekend. I got back on September 10th. And that day, the biggest news of the day was a report. One, it had to do with Bush did something, and the rest was about a Pentagon report about a couple of $1 trillion that went missing. That was, or what they call unaccounted for in the Pentagon. And the news were swooping right on it. And then the very next day, 9/11 happened. Oh, you remember that, Victor? So we were in Detroit. Yeah, Detroit, September 10th, 2011. And when September 11th happened, that story just went away. Now, I'm not saying that they're related. What I am saying is that when you have a big event take place, that's when you want to, if you're planning on doing some dirt you don't want the media to know about. But while all this was going on with coronavirus, the U.S. Senate quietly introduced a bill to create digital currency. Now, if you've been listening to me for a while, I've been preparing you for this. What did I say the government's going to do? When there's an economic crisis and everybody decides to run on the bank, the government is going to come in to save the day by saying, don't worry, everybody. We're digitizing the dollar. It's already ready. Here's the Fed coin. We're going to match all the money in your bank accounts. And that way, we're going to send you a debit card. Those of you that's on unemployment, you might have. Well, I don't know this. So you guys let me know because I heard this. I think they're sending out debit cards, and they're putting the money on the debit card so that you can, instead of in direct deposit in your bank or sending out a check. So what they'll say is, we're going to give you a Fed debit card, and it is going to be representative of the money in your bank, but it's digital dollars. And we're going to force all the banks and all the businesses in America to accept it because it's backed by the government. We've already been seeing this shortage of change going on in the country. What do you mean there's a shortage of change? If anything, there should be abundance of coins. The last time I had to use a whole lot of coins was when I was a kid. I always had quarters in my pocket just in case we went to the arcade, the ice cream truck was coming down the street. I mean, you had to make a phone call at the payphone. You just never know. My grandpa always taught me never leave the house without any change. When's the last time we had change now? But they've been removing coins from circulation, and now they're prepared to remove dollars from circulation. So it says, according to the draft, the bill will require banks to maintain pass-through digital dollar wallets for certain persons and for other purposes. If passed, all Federal Reserve banks shall, not later than January 1st, 2021, make digital wallets available to all residents and citizens of the United States and to businesses domiciled in the United States. Here we go. I'm going to go back. Let me see if I can find this real quick. There was a quote by one of the Supreme Court justices, and I can't remember, but I'm going to pull up this quote. And this is blowing my mind that I didn't expect this to happen until maybe around 2005, somewhere around there. But here we are. It's not even 2021 yet. Okay, where's my crypto quotes? I'm going to pull this up. And I got this quote back in 2017. I started collecting quotes. Here we go, cryptocurrency quotes. All right. Yeah, all right, whatever. Where is it? Which one is it? Here we go, right here. This quote right here. Moreover, what we view as money has changed over time. Cowrie shells once were such a medium, but no longer are. Our currency originally included gold coins and bullion, but after 1934, gold could not be used as a medium of exchange. Perhaps one day, employees will be paid in Bitcoin or some other type of cryptocurrency. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. This was 2017. 2017. Here's the quote I love the most was this one. Virtual currencies will become part of the economic practices of any country, anywhere. Let me repeat that. These currencies are not going away, and they will proliferate to every economy and every part of the planet. Some places, small economies, may become dependent on virtual assets for survival. And these currencies will be outside traditional monetary intermediaries like governments, banks, investors, ministries, or international organizations. We are witnessing a technological revolution. We are witnessing a modern miracle. Again, this was 2017. CFTC Chairman Rostin Binham. And I have a whole bunch of other quotes because I was back in those days. I was collecting quotes for when I was doing my Bitcoin boot camps to show people that behind the scenes, this is what they're doing. But this is probably one of the biggest news of the year in the financial sector that is quietly being pushed, and nobody realizes it yet because we're focused on the fires in California. We got a hurricane coming up Louisiana. We got a presidential election. We got COVID-19. We got people unemployed and getting laid off and losing their mortgages and rents and can't pay, buy food and all that stuff. And all the while, if passed, all Federal Reserve banks shall, not later than January 1st, 2021, that's just a couple of months away, make digital wallets available to all residents and citizens of the United States. Let me continue. The bill, which was introduced by Senator Brown, Sherrod of Ohio, describes the term digital dollar. Is this what it is? Is that what you're talking about, Rick? I'm going to have to. All right, Rick, give me a second here. Let me pull that up. Got to go to the chat box. All right, what's the rest of my comments? Oh, that's not the one. That was earlier. That was yesterday. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Live right here. If somebody, hey, Rick, send that to me through a. All right, yeah, you're making me do too much work here. I'm trying to. What is this thing called? All right, I got it. Swift.com/standards/ISO 2022. All right, let's see. The pillars to protect your core payment systems against fraud. COVID-19 has created a new normal in more ways than one. Fraudsters have been quick to exploit the opportunities presented. Okay. Messages, banking. Hey, well, where's the article? Oh, right here. ISO 2022 in focus with Citi has been a collaborative effort and network of internal personnel, governing bodies, and corporate clients. All right, this looks like something I'm going to have to do some. Adoption of ISO is crucial in overcoming challenges the industry is facing. Swift. All right, let me click on that. Adoption of ISO. You guys are seeing live investigation. New approach to ISO adoption. March 2020 meeting, the Swift board. So yeah, this happened back in March. Okay. So Swift platform richer, smarter, and faster. Will enable transactions to move instantly and frictionless from account to account. Rich data lies at the heart. Quality through ISO, targets migration. So they got the Bank of England on this too. Huh? Acting on feedback. Blah, 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 blah. September 2018. What was this article? I'm going to have to do some research on this stuff. so I can understand what's going on, what they're planning without people realizing it. Financial institutions continue to investment in preparation for ISO adoption. 2021 and 2022, SWIFT provides an interim solution based on existing SWIFT. Enable end-to-end ISO capabilities while supporting coexistence. You guys have to understand, this stuff here is the backbone of our financial system. The credit cards and everything that you're using runs through the SWIFT network. Good find there, Rich. I'm going to do some research on that. Let's get back to this article here. So, all U.S. citizens and businesses, you see that? All U.S. citizens and businesses will have the opportunity to have their digital dollar wallets. So payments for pass. The concept of the digital wallet is not new. It has been going on for years. The idea started to gain steam after the U.S. Federal Reserve started investigating the use of distributed ledger technologies and how they might be used for digitizing the dollar. I first heard of this happening in 2014. In early August, Federal Reserve Board Governor Leo Brainard said the U.S. Central Bank has been experimenting distributed ledger technologies over the past several years to study what a digital currency might do to the existing payments ecosystem, monetary policy, financial stability, and the banking sector. At the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco's Innovation office hours on August 13th, Brainard said, with these important issues in mind, the Federal Reserve is active in conducting research and experimentation related to DLT and the potential use cases for digital currencies. Remember, when you hear DLT, that means blockchain, distributed ledger technology. Brainard added, more broadly, banks, fintech companies, and technology firms are all exploring the use of innovative technologies to enhance payments efficiency, expand financial inclusion, speed up settlement flows, and reduce end-user costs. Digital currencies, including central bank digital currencies, present opportunities, but also risks associated with privacy, illicit activity, and financial stability. The introduction of Bitcoin and the subsequent emergence of stablecoins with potentially global reach, such as Facebook's Libra, have raised fundamental questions about legal and regulatory safeguards, financial stability, and the role of currency in society. This prospect has intensified calls for CBDCs to maintain the sovereign currency as the anchor of the nation's payment systems. Moreover, China has moved ahead rapidly. Wow. If it wasn't for COVID-19, I wonder if the media would be picking up on this. This one paragraph here is the future of the United States financial system. I hope you guys realize this. I'm gonna try to break this down for you as best I can. Since 2014, the central banks and the government knew that eventually the rug was going to get pulled out from under their feet. That the financial systems are going to collapse around the world. That our enemies are looking for ways to marginalize the U.S. dollar. Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. That they're creating their own bloc, and they've been selling U.S. debt and purchasing gold for years now. They've been dumping the dollar. The United States maintains power over the last 75 years on the world by two means: military might and diplomacy. Diplomacy means if you don't do what we say, we're going to drop sanctions on you because we control the dollar. But what happens if the rest of the world doesn't need the dollar to operate? If they don't need the dollar to operate, they take away one of our forms of dominance, which only leaves us with one left, our military. And make no mistake, the United States has the biggest, baddest military this planet has ever seen. Our budget alone dwarfs everybody's combined, but that can only take us so far. So, for security reasons, the government has to pay attention to this. And what did China do? Last year, President Xi Jinping, almost a year ago, said that by 2020 January, that China must move to a blockchain and make all of their coin digital and force blockchain education on the entire populace. There are more kids in China on honor roll than we have kids in school, period, in the United States. And they made it against the law to speak negatively about the blockchain. Now, are they promoting Bitcoin? No. They're promoting the digitization of their own coin so that they can use that for commerce with their own, what do they call that? The Pan-Asia, Middle East bloc or something like that. Pan-Indian bloc. East Asian bloc or something. Iran, Pakistan, North Korea, Afghanistan, Russia, China. This bloc, this oil bloc where they don't need the U.S. So what is the United States response? This. The people who run things ain't the president of the United States. It's whoever controls the banks. I'm going to read this one more time because this is the most. I got to call my dad about this one. More broadly, banks, fintech companies, and technology firms are all exploring the use of innovative technologies to enhance payments efficiency, expand financial inclusion, speed up settlement flows, and reduce end-user costs. Okay, that seems safe enough right there, right? Okay, but then you keep reading. Digital currencies, I understand. He's not talking about crypto. There's a difference between digital currencies and cryptocurrencies. You got to get my crypto education. We teach you the difference. Digital currencies, including central bank digital currencies. That means, remember when Jamie Dimon ran his mouth talking about that Bitcoin is the devil. People are going to get killed over it. He's going to fire anybody that's trading with Bitcoin, and then he turns around and creates his own coin for his bank. Remember that? That's what you call a central bank digital currency. It presents opportunities, but also risks associated with privacy, illicit activity, and financial stability. The introduction of Bitcoin, this is the threat. The introduction of Bitcoin and the subsequent emergence of stable coins. What does he mean by stable coin? Tether. Tether is the biggest stable coin. It is 1-to-1 with the US dollar, which means people don't need to put their money in bank accounts. They can put their money in Tether, a stable coin, a digital coin. So this is their threat. The introduction of Bitcoin and the subsequent emergence of stable coins with potentially global reach. Here's the next threat that scared them, such as Facebook's Libra. Facebook is not just the United States. They've got 2 billion members all around the globe. And if Facebook creates their own coin, they can become their own country. Why? Because listen to what happens next. Have raised fundamental questions about legal and regulatory safeguards, financial stability, and the role of currency in society. What does he mean by that? Why would he say the role of currency in society? Traditionally, the role of currency in society is what keeps a country and a government together. The ability to tax the people, the ability to control the bank, the money flow, how much you're getting paid, how much is being spent, and its sovereignty. That's why every country has their own coin. That's why Forex is so big. But they see this as a threat to this. See, look, listen to this. And I have not read this article before today. I see this. The prospect has intensified calls for CBDCs to maintain the sovereign currency. So what they're saying is create the digital coin in our current sovereign, whatever fiat we got, the US dollar, the yen, the pound, the euro, the naira, all that stuff. Maintain the sovereign currency as the anchor of the nation's payment system. Basically saying, if we don't, this is what keeps us as a country. It's how we have control. And then he follows it by what's forcing their hand. Moreover, China has moved ahead rapidly on its version of a CBDC. This is one of the most important quotes of the decade. Right there. The bill further adds that the proposed digital dollar wallet shall provide functionality and service levels no less favorable than those that the member bank offers for its existing transaction accounts, including with respect to debit cards, automated teller machines, online account access, automatic bill pay, mobile banking, customer service. Stop right there. Isn't this what every single American is doing right now? Debit cards, automated teller, online account access, automatic bill pay, mobile banking. And now you don't need customer service for all that. And such other services as the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System determines appropriate in the public interest. This isn't you guys determining this. This isn't our paid or our voted in officials. This is the Board of Governors. This is private stuff that's going to dictate how our future is going to be when it comes to money. Their determines appropriate in their public interest, provided that digital dollar wallets shall not include overdraft coverage. Unlike charges on traditional bank accounts, digital dollar wallets will not be subject to any account fees, minimum balances, or maximum balances, and shall pay interest at a rate not below the greater of the rate of interest on required reserves and the rate of interest on excess reserves. You know why they're talking about interest here? Interest is compounding, and interest is the words of the wealthy. That's how the wealthy maintain wealthy. That's how they make money off of made up money. They make up money out of thin air, and then they charge you interest on it. And then they compound on top of it. So they're already preparing to say, okay, if we do this digital currency thing, we got to make sure that the old system comes over, so we still got the rate of interest. So what does it all mean for Bitcoin, the world's most popular cryptocurrency, and other digital currencies? Currently, some of the big obstacles to Bitcoin's mainstream adoption are volatility and lack of government backing. Wrong. That is false. That's what they've been saying to scare you. Yet 11 years later, Bitcoin is still here. So the question is, I said, the proposed digital dollar will have none of these, because here's what they're going to say. Don't worry, public. We know you guys have been talking about and wondering about what's going on with Bitcoin. We're going to give you our own digital coin, just like Bitcoin. But guess what? It's backed by the government. It's insured by the bank. You don't have to worry about volatility or somebody stealing your digital coins. And what is the average American that has no education going to do? Yay! Like sheep to the slaughter. So the question is, how would this affect the future of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies out there? Are they doomed to fail? The answer is no. They're not going to fail because of this. They're going to be able to run side by side, because the wealthy will always still need to have a hedge. They'll need to have a safety net somewhere, just like gold. Just because people aren't walking down the street using gold to buy milk doesn't mean gold isn't still relevant. Wow, I gotta save this this article here. I've been waiting for this for them to come forward with that. What time do we have? It's going on 7. Do I do this article or wait for tomorrow. I got this from my cousin's site. Internet of Things and Big Data in Football to Enable Intelligent Decision Making. How long is this? So football and soccer. Yeah, this is long, so I'm going to save this one for tomorrow. So the Internet of Things and Big Data and soccer to enable intelligent decision making. So we'll save that one for tomorrow. I'm kind of shook. This article shook me because I understand what this means and what they're doing and how the impact it's going to have on every single American and then the rest of the world. And we're seeing a domino effect. I was wondering, what is the United States response to what China is doing? Eric White, do this article again tomorrow? You want me to cover the same article again tomorrow? You got to let it sink in? I might do that. It's not that long. I'll do that. I'll make sure we cover this again tomorrow for those in the back who missed it. But this is actually some scary stuff because none of us as citizens are going to be voting for this. And they're already planning it out for all of us. What was that other sentence again that said right here? If passed, all Federal Reserve banks shall not later than January 1st, 2021, make digital wallets available to all residents and citizens of the United States and to businesses domiciled in the United States. Did any of you guys vote on this? This is groundbreaking. This is earth-breaking here. All right, well, that is it. Again, your education will allow you to spot this stuff. Now more than ever, you got to have crypto education. And what I am going to do is I've got an announcement. It's probably going to be on Wednesday. Anybody who was in KGX, you guys remember when we launched our crypto education? I'm going to have a special promo for everybody that purchased the education course in KGX. I'll make that announcement Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm off the grid. Oh, wait, I can't do Crypto Talk tomorrow. I'm going to be gone in the morning, and I'm going to be gone tomorrow night. I'm not going to be able to do any presentations or Crypto Talk unless I do it in the afternoon. I'll do a Crypto Talk in the afternoon tomorrow. So we'll cover some stuff. But yeah, I can't do anything tomorrow night. So get the word out. There's no Crypto Talk tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. There's no presentation I'm doing. I'm going to be gone. But I should be back in the afternoon, so I might do a Crypto Talk in the afternoon when I get back, or late tomorrow morning, and I'll cover it again. But Wednesday, I'll make a special announcement for everybody who made a purchase of the education and crypto from KGX back in 2018. So you want to make sure you're going to be there for that. All right. With that, I hope you guys learned something new. And then next week, we've got some more to show off with the referral program. And I'm going to be starting to do presentations for this. For those of you who want to make some money, you want to make $50 to $125 referral fees or referral bonuses. So I'm going to start doing presentations so that if you know anybody who needs crypto education, you invite them out, let me explain how it all works. They decide to get the course, you get a referral bonus for it. So with that, guys, I hope you learned something new. As always, that's the point. I'll be back I don't know exactly what time, but sometime tomorrow, late morning or afternoon, and we'll cover this article again, and then also the one my cousins got here, Internet of Things, Big Data in Football. All right, everybody. Good one tonight. Take care. God bless. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.